This game sold 1 million. Wow. I knew this game was doing relatively well for itself, but I didn't think it was all like that. You think they could have afforded a sponsorship or two then? Sheesh. Nah, just kidding. Never expected. JK. Sounds like they didn't need it. Exactly. Min's their biggest fan and supporter, and she's not even sponsored. Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, if anybody is going to get sponsored for this game, it's going to be her. And when we rated her yesterday, I didn't see anything like that on her title, and I was just like, dang, I guess they didn't do any kind of promoting. But again, maybe they didn't need to. Some games are viral enough that they can just skate by. You don't really need to invest. Instead, they can like put that money into other things, like getting the game on the Switch. And if I had to choose between a selfish sponsorship and the game coming to Switch, I would throw the money towards the Switch all day. All day. Because like that's going to help everybody. You know what I mean? All right, let's go. All right, we sold the last. The next one's got to go to the museum, and we could sell the other two. All right, let me get my watering can out of here. Switch 1. It'll be a Switch 1 thing, I imagine. There's no reason why this can't run on a Switch 1 for sure. The plushies of Dozy and Henrietta are hella cute. I don't know if I've seen them. I heard about them though. How you doing, Coda Bear? Yo, if you stuck around during the break, sound off in the chat, and thank you for hanging out, those of you that played Words on stream. It's always nice to know that I can take a break and it's not like a big deal. Especially when I'm doing long streams, so. I will say that I feel like I earned that as a streamer. After all my years of going hard, I feel like I've earned the ability to just take a break when I want to. And I don't need to think about it anymore. I feel like it was important that I did think really hard about it coming up as a streamer, but I feel like I have hit a point of success where I can just take a dang break now and it like doesn't really matter. I don't have to think all like that anymore. A part of me is always gonna be thinking like that, but minimal, you know, lessened. That's my inner grinder, you know. Plus, breaks just take me out of my flow, so they have to be very precise. Sometimes I don't want my flow to be taken away. Grinder, you say? Not that kind of grinder. Plus, Broad City told me that as a straight man, I'm not allowed on Grinder. They said leave that alone. It's not for you. Freaking Broad City, man. That show is so goofy. Do you feel compelled to talk to the Caldera statue? Ah, I remember the delicious fish off the coast of Mistria fondly. A pity you need to fish them up individually. Freaking Broad City. Yeah, I just like watched an episode recently, and this guy was like, one of the characters was like going through this honest streak where he was like telling it how it is, and that's what he said to like one of the other characters. He was like, and get off a Grinder. It's just not for you, dude. Get out of here. Just like, oh, I see. I was taking notes. It was just a funny meme. Looks like I'll have to put my Grinder era on hold, chat. Sorry to those of you that were looking forward to it. Looks like my Grinder era is gonna go on hold for now. breaks throw off the Emperor's groove. Exactly. I've been that way my whole life, though. Exhaustion. Like, even at jobs, if I had the choice of taking a break and not, a lot of times I would just work through my break. And the only thing that would change my mind on that is if it was a job I could get away with smoking and, like, you know, sandwiches. Because then I was like, yo, give me my break. I'm trying to go get lit in the car and come back goofy for an hour. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm trying to go get lit in the car and get goofy for an hour. Let's go. Give me my break. More copper ore for March. All right. We got the Saturday market today. I don't really need anything from here. It's a good excuse to talk to the townsfolk to get friendship points, though, I'm pretty sure. And I mean, this game has such good dialogue. I do encourage people playing it for the first time to read it all. This is my third time playing, so I'm kind of over it a little, but if it isn't the new fish in the pond, this pond's nice, isn't it? Oh, got some wood to turn in here. Thanks, chat. It's a big help. We were going through our stock of wood even faster than anticipated. Here's your reward. Thanks, dude. No problem. What do you think, chat? Should I cut my hair short? Oh, but it would take forever to grow back. Hey, chat. How's it going? How's it going clearing the farm? Find any cool rocks? I'm only asking because I'm a rock guy. Yeah, sure you are. What jobs were you able to do a sandwich break on? Well, I don't know if I'm ashamed to say this or if I'm proud, but every job. Yeah, every job. What do you mean? What job was I not taking sandwich breaks on? That's the question you should have asked. Retail, cooking, even when I was a manager of 15 people and I was working 80 hours a week, I was just blunted the whole time. What do you mean? What? What do you mean? Suffice to say, I wasn't a very good manager. So yeah, you know, bum. Streaming. I have. When I first started streaming, I would smoke to take off the nervous edge in the morning. I eventually actually stopped smoking during my stream journey because it was time and it was interrupting my show. I've told this story before, so yeah, when I started streaming, I was still smoking every day, all day, like I was for most of my life as an adult. But once I started streaming, about a year in, I realized that it was impeding my broadcast. So I stopped, and I completely stopped for the first time in, like, at that point, almost like 12, 13 years. And I just completely went sober for like a whole year. And then after that, I decided that it was okay to reintroduce it to my life, but as like the weekend guy, as like the every once in a while guy, like as pretty much the guy who drinks like an occasional glass of wine on a Friday every once in a while. Like, and that's where I've left the habit ever since. And that's the kind of smoker I am when it comes to sandwiches. And that's it. So yeah, I left that. I left the door. What I like to tell people is I closed the door on that chapter of my life, but I left the window open. And eventually I realized that partaking every once in a while was super chill, but I'm actually really, really happy that I stopped doing it every single day, because technically I was abusing the substance, if you want to be like technical about it. And I think it was affecting me in all sorts of ways that I didn't really understand until I stopped. And then once I stopped, I realized like, oh wow, like actually I had been doing this every day, all day for like over 10 years. It was kind of a time for me to move on. And you know, this is just a lesson in life. Life is all about a series of opening and closing doors. That's called growing. And you should be doing that in your life always. With little things, big things, it doesn't have to be life-changing. But that was just a lesson I learned about life in general, and that it was super healthy to like try new hobbies, move on from old hobbies. Maybe the things you used to love are awesome, but have you tried something new recently? Have you tried putting the thing you love down for a little while and try something else? If you like video games, take a break and try listening to music. If you like music, try taking a break and reading a book. You might be surprised how many things you are capable of loving simultaneously. And you won't know because you're stuck just doing the same thing you've been doing for 10 years. And so I learned a lot from the journey, and I'm really happy that I did eventually like step away and like start doing other things, you know? So, doesn't loving several different games count? Yeah, sure. Oh, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to live here. You could take or leave my comments, chat. I'm just saying that variety is the spice of life for a reason. You hear that a lot, and it's true. And I think that it kind of took me breaking out of doing the same thing for over 10 years every day. Go to work, come home, smoke weed, play video games, go to work, come home, smoke weed, play video games. And then I started breaking out of that in my like 20s. And at one point I took a break from gaming for 2 years so I could expand my horizons. And I spent those 2 years pursuing music. And it was some of the strongest years of my life because I got to expand my horizons. And I came back to gaming, but I wanted to try something new. And I discovered a passion for music that was untold, making it, listening to it, everything about music. And now I'm just as much of a music appreciator as I am a person who plays video games. But I didn't really ever step into music the way that I did until I took a break from gaming, because you only have so much time in your day. That's the thing. You have to, we all deal with it. You only have so much time in your day. And at a certain point, I was stifling my own creativity. What I realized when I turned 23 was that I was always a creative soul, but I never pursued my creativity because I was too busy playing video games. So once I stopped playing games for a couple years and I just like took a break, all of a sudden I realized that my chakras were clogged and that I have always been destined to be a creative person. And I was doing nothing creative in my life for a decade. From the age of 15 to 25, I did nothing creative. I wasn't drawing pictures, nothing. And I didn't realize this. I didn't realize like I am a creative person and I wasn't at all pursuing my creativities and I got clogged up. So taking a break from gaming allowed my personal journey to lead me to streaming. I would not be here right now if I did not take that 2-year break from gaming, because that taught me how much I valued creativity. And then I realized that I was working jobs that I hated. And I was like, dude, no, I'm not doing this. And I put my foot down. And I was like, I will be pursuing creativity for the rest of my life. And from that point on, I pushed and pushed and pushed. 5 years after that, I became a streamer. 7 years later, I'm still sitting in front of you. And that all happened because I decided that I needed to try something new for a little bit. And I was like, I'm going to take a break from gaming. I'm going to try a new hobby. And then that made me realize just how much I was limiting myself and how happy I would be if I was doing something creative every day. And that was a part of my soul that I wasn't at all responding to because I just didn't even know that it was there. I just didn't even know. I was just so caught up in the normal everyday cycle of life. that I wasn't even like acknowledging this calling in my soul to like push me towards the things that I love. And, it doesn't have to be that deep, but, there it is. Coming out of Lurk to say I'm experiencing something similar. Games are fun, but kind of taking up a bunch of time I could be creating. Yeah, and like I think as humans, creating is like an ingrained experience in us. And I've talked about that before. I think all humans are creative naturally, and you just got to find the thing that you're creative in, whether it's Animal Crossing or coloring or drawing, and whether it's your job or it's casual or it's just with your kids when you're hanging out, sitting down with them. Humans want to create stuff, man. And I think that it's really fulfilling, and you'd be surprised just how nice it is for your mental health to like sit down and draw a picture every once in a while, or like load up an Animal Crossing island and like design it, and like how healthy that can be for like self-expression and stuff. Writing a little tune, writing some poetry or something. It's like super important to our souls, I think. That's just me. Again, that's just my theory. I don't know. Ganondorf's actor for the LZ movie just got announced. Who is he? I'm so curious. He's gonna have to be done up with a bunch of makeup no matter what, right? So like, does it matter? Like who he is? Is this... Okay, we've donated this. Yo, what's up, Raiders? Hey, man. Y'all still playing Power World over there? I apologize I haven't gotten back to you, AC Manda. I haven't been playing Power World. The community's been looking for people to play with, though, man, and I try to send them your way when I can. Y'all were doing some ranchers today? What is that? What is that? Yeah. Have y'all been having fun with Power World? I finally got around to loading up Power World and playing it since the 1.0 update, and it was fun. I'm going to give you a shout out here, though. Oh, I already gave you that one. 1 second here. Sorry, I'm trying to do my other type of shout out. Trying to do my other type of shout out here. There you go. Hit up AC Manda with a follow. They've been premiering Power World for weeks. I'm surprised that you weren't playing it today. They've been showcasing it for weeks over there, man. It's a new game and I love it. It reminds me of all the farming games like Story of Seasons, but it's also goes along with GTA. That's pretty crazy. Ganondorf is the guy who plays The Rock from WWE in Young Rock. Oh, like there's a movie about The Rock's life and it's the guy who plays him? Interesting. I didn't even know that movie existed. Yeah, TV show. Nice, man. Thanks for dropping the knowledge in here, Testonomics. That's crazy. The fact that they got hired for multi-pictures says a lot for sure, yeah. I guess I should have assumed that we would get more than one Zelda movie, but I didn't really think about it until now. It's funny. People thought that The Rock could play Ganondorf. The only problem with The Rock playing Ganondorf is now that he played the guy from Moana, wouldn't that kind of destroy Ganondorf's image? Aren't you, the whole time you're watching the movie, you're just going to be thinking, you're welcome! Oh, chat. What good timing. I was just going to leave you a letter, but I'd much rather tell you in person. We're holding Mistria's Spring Festival in Town Square this Wednesday. The whole town gets decorated with flowers, and there will be special booths selling all kinds of things to celebrate spring. Reese and Landon are making new booths. March will be juggling, and everyone is gathering flowers. I don't suppose you'd like to help. Anything for you, Celine. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. We celebrate the Spring Festival around this time of year, coinciding with blooming of the special type of flower. It's called the Breath of Spring, and you can only find them here in Mistria. We traditionally use them to decorate the festival's grounds. So the more you can collect, the better the festival will be. There will even be special prizes for the person who gathers the most. So this is pretty cool. So this is the first event you run into in the game, and there's these flowers all around the world, and the more you collect, the higher chance you have for getting first, second, or third place. And you have to collect a good amount. So the first year, you're kind of bound to lose unless you really know what you're doing. but it's a really sweet little event. I actually really enjoy it. Nice, new crops. New crops. Dude, wait, thanks for the raid, man. Good to see you today, AC Manda. I would be upset if The Rock played Ganondorf. I think I would too. I wouldn't like that. I agree. I've beaten Celine twice. I think I beat her once before. I think I beat her once or twice. Like on year 2 saves, never year 1. A bit late. Welcome, Raiders. Yeah, welcome in, man. Thank you for thinking of me today, AC Manda. Okay, chakras. I know. Some of that stuff's a little woo-woo for some people. The only thing I hate is when I try a new hobby and I'm not immediately perfect at it and I give up. I mean, I understand that. I get that for sure. I always appreciate you sharing about your sandwich journey. Yeah, no problem. And yeah, there you go. I think that answered your question there, M Online, since you asked if it was too personal what made me stop. I'd like to stop, but it's difficult. Yeah. It's everyone's journey is going to be different, man. Yeah, everyone's journey is going to be different. Yeah, my journey just came down to my stream. If you guys want to know, I wanted to go back to that comment in the chat because I wanted to say this out loud. If you guys want to know, like, the main thing that drove me to making that specific change was because I had something to care about in my life. I found something that I cared about in my life more than getting Sony. Like that's what it was. Like, and up until that point, I had never been driven away from it. And then finally I found streaming and I was like, I want to be so good at this. This is impeding me. And that was the thing that drove me. It was, I found a thing in life that I dubbed more important than that I've been engaging with for 10 years. And I think what I'm trying to say is that that's what it took for me to finally like slow down and move on. It's everyone's journey is going to be different, but like it took a lot, you know, it was a big push. It was a big push away and I had to fill the time. And I was lucky enough to have something I could do for 10 hours a day. And it was easy to distract myself. That's the big key to sandwiches. If you are trying to take a tolerance break or you're trying to step away for whatever reason, it doesn't have to be negative. You got to remember that you have to learn how to fill your time. You have to learn how to be bored again. Coco Winning just hit the nail on the head. Or you have to have a job so demanding that you can work 10 hours a day and you don't even have to think about it. And that, like, so it was kind of like it was like kind of a cheat code. So, like, to be fair, it was like kind of a cheat code. Like, it was like way easier than it should have been, I think, because of that. All right, we donated the potato. Okay, sick. We'll donate this other cabbage as well. Thank you, Crazy Techie, for the gifted over to AC Manda, dude. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that, Techie, taking care of Amanda. Amanda's good people, dude, so that means the world to me, man. Thanks for taking care of Amanda, and thanks for taking care of me indirectly. I really appreciate that. And yeah, welcome in here. But yeah, if you guys ever want to send me a message about that stuff, I might not be able to get to you right away. I'm pretty terrible about messages. So, you know, no expectations, but you're always welcome to message me. And if I catch it, and I'll reply and I'll tell you more about my journey. So, no problem. Like I said, I don't actually look at the journey as like a negative thing. And I don't look at it as something like, I don't like look at myself bigger than other people. I still partake semi-regularly. I just try to do it in a way that it doesn't really affect my personal journey. Like when I go play Magic the Gathering with the boys, that's like something that we always do together. You know, we crack the peace pipe. And there's still a bunch of people in my life that's the first thing we do when we get together. And it's what we've been doing when we get together for 15 years. And that's like a hard thing to give up. It's like, all right, dude, yo, I haven't seen you in like 2 years. Like, let's get together. The first thing we do is we, you know, all right, crack out the peace pipe, dog. You know, like that's just like, it is what it is. You know, I'm not like ashamed of that at all. It's been a part of my life for a long time. Fun fact, the human brain is at its most creative when allowed to experience boredom. I've heard that. I actually channel that energy. I've heard that. That's true. I think that's actually true. I recently was doing research into boredom and how healthy it is. It sounds so stupid, but boredom is allegedly super healthy for our brains. Allowing your brain to be bored is allegedly one of the healthiest things you can do on a psychological level. I say allegedly because I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, and this is just something I heard from a guy named Dr. K on the internet. But I did some more of my own research into the philosophy, like the phenomenon of like boredom helping our attention spans and stuff. And I can safely say that it sounds like actually pretty accurate. Like it really does. Like it totally feels like if you can like figure out how to be bored every once in a while, you'll be surprised at how like beneficial it would be for you. It's weird, but it's super cool. It's super fascinating. Saw a short with an introvert talking about the importance of doing nothing, and it's so true. Yeah. Like, I don't know if this counts, but I've always thought that listening to music and doing nothing else is like a pretty close to boredom experience. Anybody agree with that? And I do that a lot, and I think that's why I have the ability to somewhat be bored. Like, for example, I just took a trip out of town, and I'm not kidding. I spent 8 hours of this trip straight staring out of a window of a bus, listening to music and thinking. And I just sat there and I was just like thinking of the universe and like the world and listening to the music and just like thinking about my life and like reflecting, and like I just sat there, technically bored. And like, I don't know, like I feel like it counts, even though I was jamming out the whole time. And music does make my brain happy. So it's like half bored. Staring out the window and disassociating were the best road trips as a kid. Yeah. Music definitely helps a lot. I know. That's why it's like, I don't know if I could safely say that like I'm good at being bored, because technically I fill most of my empty time with music. I don't always just sit there. I've been doing a little bit more of that on like my front porch and stuff, but all right, let's get some crit here and let's go ahead and grab let's go ahead and grab well armed. All right, let's go. You made it to floor 5. 8 hours of self-reflection, I'd probably jump out of the bus. I know, I've been that way my whole life. That's why I'm bald. It has nothing to do with genes. It has everything to do with the fact that I've been thinking way too much. I've always said that I was born in the wrong era in life. I was just thinking about this in the shower today, because I was born in an era where like you don't really have to think about anything, but all I want to do is think about stuff. Like part of me wishes like I was born in the era where like I could sit and look at the stars and like wonder about the universe. It feels like you can't really do that as much as you used to be able to. You know what I mean, dude? Like it feels like, what are you going to think about? Like if you follow science at all, like we kind of know so much about our universe, and like you can't like, you can't like, there's like not as much left to wonder about sometimes. And like, I used to think that all the time, like, man, I was kind of born in the wrong era, because like, I would have been a sick, nasty philosopher. Like y'all would have been reading the books of Heshua descent and like my philosophies from like the ancient era in like 2026 if I were born back then. Because like, I for sure would have been one of those people. Like I for sure, because like I've always been that way. But nowadays I feel like it's hard to like have those moments. I still find ways to do it though, don't get me wrong. I still find all sorts of stuff to sit and think about. Like nowadays, instead of thinking about like how the universe works, you think about like how black holes work and how like there's potentially another universe on the other side of the black hole. Like that's fun stuff to think about. Like there's still some mystery left. There's still some mystery left. There is. You just gotta know. I realize that you have to know more nowadays to think about more stuff. That's the difference between back in the ancient days and now. Like, think about it. Like, back in the ancient days, you could just like look at the stars and be like, what are these fireballs in the sky? But like nowadays, it's like, I feel like if you really want to ever like think about something that's maybe never been thought about before, you need to have like a math degree, a science degree, and like a general understanding of like the universe. And what we know so far. Because like if you don't have like a math degree, then like how would you ever you're never going to stumble into like something that has not been discovered yet. Because like that's the point we're at as humans. Like it's like mysteries are so much harder to uncover nowadays. Like it takes way more effort. I feel like back in the day, the effort to discover a mystery was just thinking extra hard about it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like maybe I'm just in my head about it, but that's how I feel like back in the day, they just had to think really hard. And they were like, you know, maybe this is how this works. Nowadays, I feel like I need to go get some degrees before I can think about anything. The only mysteries I'm unraveling nowadays is the mystery of the bubbly basin, if you catching my drift, all right? That's like the only mysteries left. The mysteries of Liberty City in the new Grand Theft Auto game. It's like, that's like, there ain't like much left to think about. It's tough. No, that's not completely true, but it's funny to say. My latest mystery was why one sock always goes missing in the washer. There's still got to be some original thoughts. I like to think I have some of those original thoughts in here. Ah, thank you. I forgot about the mimic and you can feed him. I keep forgetting about the mimic. Thank you. You know, I think it really just comes down to the fact that like nowadays you can just look up the things you're thinking about and then you just quickly realize that you're like an idiot. You're like in the bathroom like, what if toilet paper is propaganda from the government to keep us bound to the porcelain god? And then you like chat GPT it and like FBI puts you on a list and they're like, we gotta keep an eye on this guy. He's thinking way too hard. Just like, frick. For staring at the night sky, the hard part is finding someplace dark. You're overthinking this? Yeah. Imagine, I'm overthinking the fact that I can't think anymore. That's what Coco Cat just said on YouTube. They said, you're overthinking this, dog. Yeah, duh. Yeah, I know. This is my problem. Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding, by the way. That was a lighthearted duh. I'm just joking. What's up, Lemongrass? You're playing Pacopia DLC? Dude, we just wrapped up Pacopia for the morning. We switched over to some Mistria. You can find my playthrough of Bubbly Basin on YouTube if you would like, Lemongrass. Aware of overthinking sandwich thoughts. Oh, this is that rusty armor. I actually think it's better than what I'm wearing. 1 defense. 0 defense. It is. Nice. Sick. All right, let's go drop off this stuff at home. Definitely check out that vid later. Yeah, it was my most recent live streams. Just go to the live tab. We've been jamming. I know I'm the same way. You work in an industry that's almost completely brand new, so that's a mystery in a sense. Yeah, it is. It's fun. It's fun. No, there's always something. I used to think that, like when I shared that thought with you all, that I used to think that there was nothing left to think about. That was when I was being naive and I was limiting myself. But there's plenty to think about. I believe you will find them anywhere else. Oh, they're talking about the flowers. Yeah, that's when I was being naive and I was just looking for an excuse. But in all reality, there's plenty to think about. There's all sorts of mysteries to uncover. You just can't talk to anybody about it or people will think you're a little crazy. You know, don't tell anybody that you're searching the stars for the answers to life itself. People might look at you a little bit weird, but you know, otherwise, it's pretty chill. Okay, put this away. Yo, what's up, Fairy? Hey, how you doing, man? Been enjoying chilling and lurking in your stream. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream today. We went off the rails a little bit there. We're having some fun. I was sharing some stories about my journey. Good to see you in here. Thanks for lurking today. Just came back from a few days away from home. Do you care to share with us what you were getting into? Were you going on adventures, dude? Going out on adventures? I also work with kids. The way they think and move is usually enough mystery. You want to know the best mysteries that y'all could work on if you ever want to look for undiscovered mysteries in life? It's all self-discovery. If you just dive inward, you'll discover all the best mysteries. And then you can actively think about them and work around them and within them, because they're all within you. It's all you. Then you don't have to worry about the fact that the stars have already been charted, you know? I'm so curious, as mostly millennials, what's everyone's job is. Every once in a while, I think about that in my chat as well. I imagine we have a very diverse group of people in here when it comes to work. I imagine it's pretty diverse. Nice, we got our baked potato and our cabbage slaw recipe. Did you watch the solar eclipse and have the wonder of what the ancients thought when they saw one? That's an experience. I have, yeah. Actually, I saw my first ever solar eclipse recently. And when the sky went black and everything, I definitely had a weird kind of out of body, like out of mind moment where I was just kind of like, it was just such an interesting, it was interesting thinking to myself that this is an event that's been occurring since before like humans existed. And how like, I don't know, like that's like a weirdly powerful thing. It like makes you feel small and insignificant, but in the best way possible. Because it reminds you that like the motion of the universe is going to continue with our, like, it doesn't matter. Just there's a flow to all things. And I don't know, it's kind of like, it's bigger than you, so don't overthink it. But Carl Sagan already taught me that, so I didn't need to learn that again. You know, it's bigger than you, so just don't overthink it and just be a part of it all. Now we're getting deep. What's up, Tyro Spell War? Little Instacarting on the side. Spent time offline, a deep rural mountain area with some relatives. Very refreshing. Dude, it sounds beautiful. I'm so proud of you, dude. I'm just a baby. Girl bossed my way from bank teller to senior lending manager at my local credit union. Dude, nice. It's cool hearing about everyone's little journeys. I'll save that for cooking. I'm going to bring these sliced turnips to eat in the dungeon, and we're going to stop eating these stupid berries. I'm going to bring this as well, so we can do a really thick run here. We're going to go turn that into the museum. We're going to turn that into the museum. We're going to turn that into the museum. All of this to the museum. This too. All right, let's roll. We should probably go buy our first barn. I think we already have the money for it. We got to clear our farm a little bit better, though. My Capricorn introverted behind ain't really made for leadership, but here we are. It's funny. I've been in the coffee business for 16 years. A bunch of different positions. What's up, Ghost Compass? Love Carl Sagan? Yeah, he's a legend. Is doing a fresh playthrough is more fun now that it released yesterday? Yeah, for me it was, because coming back to my original save, I don't know. I think that if I wasn't streaming, I would have went back to my original save. To my save that was in year 2 summer. So no, there's no real reason why you should start fresh unless you just really like the early game grind. That's just the truth of it. Because like starting fresh hasn't been any different at all so far. Not even close. And I heard from Min's Meadow yesterday that it's not really that different. And she said that there is a couple little things that they added to the early game. Like apparently there's a seed maker. But even Min's herself yesterday said that most of the content that is added is late, mid and late game stuff. And that if you're somebody who's has a save file, you probably don't need to restart. But I wanted to restart because I think it's better for the show. Ah, that's good to know. Thank you, Lucinda. So yeah. Gonna switch to YouTube. Nice. Dude, I love when you start unlocking the crit. Critting feels so satisfying in this game. It's because the hits in this game feel punchy. The combat in this game feels super punchy. I don't know what it is, man. Something's in this combat that just makes it feel good. This Dream Island has so much new stuff. I've barely touched what I wanted and my inventory's full. I noticed, yeah. There's a lot of stuff on those new islands. I was thinking of romancing Juniper or Celine, but I think Reyna's winning me over as I talk to her. Nice. How you been enjoying Diablo 4, dude? I've been seeing you online. You been enjoying your playthrough? I loaded up the Battle.net launcher to do a little bit of WoW hardcore, and I saw you on a couple days. My inventory's been screaming the whole DLC, yeah. Especially because I was stubborn enough not to bring some chest over to the new area. Oh no, did I go straight to floor 3 and not to floor 5? Why did I do that to myself? What an idiot. I gotta go back. I'm wasting viable progress. Speaking of inventory problems. Oh yeah, it was Diablo 3, sorry. I don't know why I assumed it was 4. I saw Diablo and just assumed it was 4. Yeah, oops, we wasted time. Now we probably won't make it to the 10th floor because of that. Unfortunate. Well, at least we're getting tons of copper. At least we're getting tons of copper. The living lantern critter, he's cute, yeah. So what's the synopsis of this game? So this game is called Fields of Mistria, and you get invited to live on a farm in a city that is attempting to reclaim its former glory through a town rank system and a currency, you could say, called renown. So essentially, in this land of Aldera, I believe it's called, this town Mistria has fallen from its former grace, its former glory. It's no longer at the status as that it once was, and this was mostly due to an earthquake. So an earthquake ran through the town and ran amok through everything. Destroyed bridges, is causing a lack of resources, and they went through all their town reserves for food, and you get invited to live on an old empty farm, like an abandoned farm, and the trade-off is that you will help bring food and produce to Mistria and hopefully help raise the town rank of this city. So that's like the reason why your character's here. And then from there, this game unravels into a mystery that I can't tell you too much about, but essentially your character discovers this old ancient magic that's running through Mistria, and a mystery starts to unfold in front of you. So while you're trying to do the side of the game where you're increasing your town rank, you are also attempting to unravel a mystery of ancient magic, essentially, and dragons and very fantasy RPG kind of settings. And I don't really know much about the mystery because I had never got a chance to finish it. Plus I don't remember too much. So that's like the gist of like what you're doing in the game and like why you're here and all that. But gameplay wise, this is a farming sim, and it's very much following in the footsteps of the great Stardew Valley, or you could even reference the game to Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons, Coral Island, really those heavy hitter staple farming sims that a lot of us have grown to love over the years. That's this game. This game is attempting to make its own mark in the farming sim genre and its own mark in the farming sim space. And it does a good job. It's very much its own game, even though it obviously was inspired by all the games I just mentioned. And it was obviously inspired and, meant to be familiar to those who played those games. And yeah, and that's pretty much Fields of Mistria in a nutshell. So it's pretty cool. It's story driven. It has its own little narrative that's running through the game. So you're not just farming like you would maybe in Stardew. You have a little bit more of a reason why you're doing things. Stardew's reason is make your grandpa proud, kid. And then after you get to know the townsfolk, it's make the townfolk proud, kid. And then after eventually it's like, okay, now I'm married, I guess make my partner proud, kid. And that's like Stardew basically. But this game is, okay, I'm here to help this town evolve. Oh, all of a sudden now I'm here to uncover the mysteries of this magic, and you learn spells and you start to interact with an ancient dragon named Calderis. And So it kind of gives you, it's a little bit more. There's a little bit more going on here. You know, Stardew is very traditional old school gaming. It's just go work on the farm. Peace. But this game is not just farming. You know, they want you to feel like you're a part of a bigger world and that you're here, your purpose here is more meaningful than just tilling fields. And I give this game a lot of credit for that because they do a good job. It all comes together really well, and it doesn't feel like a traditional farming sim because of all the things I just mentioned, right? Like it doesn't really feel like a traditional farming sim at all because the whole time you're surrounded by these characters who just feel like they have a little bit more depth and this magic in this big world. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what this game is bringing to the table and some of the driving points of it. And it's finding a lot of success for itself. Apparently, they just hit 1 million sales since early access, and it just went into its 1.0 release. So it's doing really well for itself. I'm pretty proud of the developers because they put together a real solid game here. Yeah, it's awesome. We're such an eclectic bunch. I'm a bartender at Mellow Mushrooms trying to start their own plant business. Dude, Kenzie Chronic, you got this, man. You're such a legend, Kenzie. I'm rooting for you. Feels more like a ranching sim. Yeah, the ranching side of this game is just as fleshed out and just as in depth as the farming side of it. And you could totally spend your days doing nothing but ranching, and it would be just as fulfilling if you never touch the fields. So in that sense, I agree with that. In that sense, I sincerely agree that this game manages to do something kind of different with the ranching, and it makes it feel like that could be its own game. The ranching could almost be like its own game if it really wanted to. And like it would be a fun game. That's like the point. We'll take this mushroom. I don't know what we're doing with this mushy here, but take it inside here, I suppose. Working on building a barn for each type of animal to breed them. What's up, Rosie Poo? Came back from the hair salon, and the pink is back, baby. The pink is back. Nice, Rosie Poo. Do you know if I have to be a specific level in carpentry to craft chest? Yeah, you have to be level 4 in carpentry. So if you go through the menu of carpentry options, you can find fences, and fences are a super, or like pathing, are like a super easy way to level up your crafting. And it only takes like crafting a handful of them. Yeah, weirdly, chests are just a couple levels up, and it's not much. Like you just have to craft like 20 fences. So it's a little weird. I found that weird when I discovered that too. It's like, what? Why are you not letting me craft the chest? What is happening? Got it. I'm a hoarder. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Sell this. I'm gonna keep some strawberries for some cooking. Is that because food in this game is actually really powerful? The fencing comes in handy when you get animals. Yeah, because they'll eat your crops. Yeah, the animals in this game will eat crops directly from your field that are fully grown. And you could take advantage of this, but you have to be careful of this. So for example, when I raise animals in this game, I have a separate farm just for the animals. Like right outside of their barns, I have a separate little field where I grow like super cheap carrots and stuff so that they can walk out of the house and just eat fresh food. And they don't have to eat like hay and stuff. And that's like a little strategy that I do to kind of make up for that. So I always had a little farm just for them. And it was interesting that they did that with this game. All right, so today's the festival, right? No, Tuesday. So we can go tomorrow. Let's go. We're just going straight back. Oh, I should probably be grabbing more requests. We're building these requests up. We need to start fulfilling them. I don't think I went and got the request yesterday. We need to stop and get the request every day. Yeah, let's not forget that. That's a good idea. Yeah, it's nice. And plus, it feels like you're feeding your animals real food, and it's cool. It's a good feeling. All right. They want a shadow flower. Yeah, feeling like you're feeding your animals real food is cool. So that's like a little perk. I believe this is just like a stone rug or something. You know what game I randomly woke up thinking about? And I haven't thought about it in a super long time. Let me grab some food here. I don't have any. Let's go cook before we head out. So I woke up thinking about this super goofy game where you played as this black little shade and you had to spend real life days in this game, like 365 real life days in order to complete the game. And it was this indie game. And it was really interesting, actually. It sounds silly, but so as you played the game, you would discover ways to speed the clock up, weirdly enough. So the game starts off and this big guy's like, you need to spend a year here, and when I come back, you better be waiting for me. And as you spend time, you discover throughout this palace all these different secrets and passageways and stuff. And then you eventually discover different ways to make the clock move faster. Yeah, it was called The Longing, yeah. So you would start, like, you could like leave the game up with your character reading a book and it would make time move faster. Or you could like make your character go drawing or listening to music and it would make time go by faster. And you like barely have to like play the game, right? Yeah, Planet Kitties. It's like almost like almost like an idler. However, the more you play the game, the more you discover that there's actually like a way to, you can actually like, there's multiple endings. You could wait for the year, or you could try to find a way to escape. Yes, cozy. And like you start to discover that there might be a way to just escape from the tomb, essentially. And you can find like ways to maybe end your suffering early. Or you could just wait the year. It's like your choice. And I wonder, because I never went back to the game and it's installed on my Switch. And it's been like over a year. And I woke up this morning like, hey, I should log into The Longing because I think I won. Like, I think I won. Yeah, it's been like 2 years. Like, I should go see what the end of that game is. It's like, I like haven't logged into the game for like 2 years. I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I should go see what happens. Because it's for sure been over a year, 100%. Chat, you're just in time. We're about to start the class. Ready to learn some cooking basics? Today, we're making the inn's famous vegetable soup. Can't wait. Your partner actually got the good ending? Wonderful. We've got Balar chopping vegetables. I wouldn't have thought my knife technique could get any better, but Joe here is a talented woman. Celine is tending the cauldron. It turns out a watched pot does boil. And Raina and I are here to give the expert guidance. Come over here, Chad. You can help me sort through the produce. Oh, I thought this would be a private cooking lesson. Nonsense. The more the merrier. Come on in, March. Got him. What's up, Jay? Would you like to do the cooking tutorial? No, I'm good. Thank you, game. Yeah. Wonderful job, everybody. This is going to make my time on the road so much more bearable. I should have asked for lessons ages ago. Such a good way to use up leftovers too. I've already had some ideas. Ulrich makes such a good production out of cooking, but it wasn't that hard. I'm so proud of you all. It's not easy learning new things, but you've all taken your first step into the culinary world. Feel free to use our kitchen here if you want to practice. You can also get your own from the carpenter shop. Thanks for coming, everybody. All right, I should be able to make something with, there it is, baked potatoes. 20 minutes, not bad. All right, and then what about my strawberries? There's got to be something I can do with those. No, not without another product, I guess. Did I not get a recipe for strawberries? I thought they for sure gave me something. Oh, I need sugar. All right, we can go buy some sugar really quick right next door, I think. $200? This is highway robbery. They give this stuff away for free in America. Huh. Freaking Aldera. What kind of hokey town is this? Oh, I need to be level 8 cooking. Rip! Oh no. Now I just have sugar for no reason. Looks like I'm making some jam. Sick. Hopefully I can eat the jam raw with my hand like a heathen. Sure can. I'm just going to be pouring the jam into my mouth. I'm going to be in the mines. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep trucking. Somebody talked me out of spending 500 monies on a cat ear hat. Shh, no way I'm talking you out of that, dude. You're about to look so good. You better spend that money. That's so funny that you mentioned listening to Grandma's story from Majora's Mask. That was such a good reference, actually. Yes, I'm doing it. All right, this time, let's not mess up here. Floor 5. Man, I glaze this game's combat every time, but it's so fun. It's so fun. I glaze this game's combat every time I play it, but it's so satisfying, dude. I don't know what it is. It's simple. It's dinky. It's not even that big of a deal. It's just so fun. All right, how do I know if that's a mimic or not? You just gotta just give it a test. Okay, not a mimic. Love the music you're selling me. The mining music especially. Looks like a lot like Stardew Combat. Yeah, but it's so different actually. It's weirdly different. Like, I'm not just saying that to be a contrarian. Like, it's so different from Stardew Combat. And in this game, you get like these skills, right? So like, for example, I can do a jump strike. And you get like these abilities as you go, and it gets even cooler. Yeah, the only way to describe the difference though is that the combat in this game is more punchy. So you feel the weight behind your punches and your hits in this game, like more than you do in Stardew. It's kind of like you just swing your sword and it's like a hack and slash almost. Whereas in this game, it almost feels more tactical, even though that's not quite fair to say. Like tactical, like come on, Hylian. Like yeah, like tactical is not the word. It's just it's more tactful, maybe. It's more meticulous feeling. I don't know. Now I'm just throwing words at the wall, but yeah, the best way to describe it is it's punchy. Hitting stuff feels, you feel the weight of your sword as it plunges into the living lantern. Like, whereas in like Stardew, I feel like that the difference is you just kind of swing your sword in Stardew and hope that you hit stuff. I don't know. It's just not the same. The mimic chest will move slightly, and the front of the chest doesn't have a buckle or a keyhole. Thank you. So yeah, it's interesting because I agree. It does look like Stardew in a lot of ways. Yeah. But they managed to make it feel, you know what this game's combat feels like? It's if you took A Link to the Past and you took Stardew and you had a baby. If you took A Link to the Past and you took Stardew Valley and you had a baby, that's this game's combat. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Dun, 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 dun. Like, for example, like, look at my character. I have combos. Like, look at my sword. Watch. Like, there's combos. Like, that alone is, like, kind of different from what Stardew brings, you know? Stardew is just, like, a little lighter on that stuff. It's not necessarily any depth in Stardew's combat. It's super interesting either way, because they are similar games. There's no denying it, you know what I mean? Yo, what's up, Lovna? I apologize, I don't speak... Is that Portuguese? That might be Portuguese? I don't speak Portuguese, unfortunately. Oh, is that French? Why did I think Portuguese? Yeah, why was I thinking Portuguese? Yeah, why? Why was I thinking that? What made me think that? Something made me think that. That wasn't just a crazy thought completely. Maybe it was one of the words in there. Like the deja? Like the deja made me feel like that. Sorry. Oh no, you're okay. Time flies fast. It's already been 7 years since I followed from the Animal Crossing 3DS era. I remember you, Lovna. Yeah, I remember you being here. Yeah. As soon as I said hi to you, I was like, wait a second, this person's been here before. Yeah. You've been here for a long time. I remember you very detailed because you and I would have conversations, and I think you would come into my chat, and every day I would be like, bonjour, 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 Lovna, bonjour. Because that was the only French word I knew. Every day they'd come into chat, I'd be like, bonjour, bonjour. Yeah, welcome in here. What's up, Lovna? 7 years, though. It's been a long time, huh? It's been a long time. Hold on. Does my follow age work here? Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work this way. Look at that. 6 years and 11 months. Look at that, dude. Crazy. Crazy. You love the mining in this game? Me too, Purple Sunflower. Yeah. They've been with me for a long time, man. It's been quite the journey. And we were doing a lot of New Leaf 6 years and 11 months ago. A lot of New Leaf. That would have been July. That was prime time New Leaf. We were doing nothing but New Leaf. And a lot of Zelda and a lot of Stardew at the time. Stardew, Zelda, and Animal Crossing. In July, I was playing Twilight Princess. No. I would have been playing Majora's Mask by then. I was doing my first ever 100% Majora's Mask playthrough. Are you guys seriously going to screw me on the last floor? Come on, don't do me like this. Do I have anything else I could eat in my inventory? No. I will tell you this. The mines feel a lot harder to progress through in this game. Oh, I can eat this moss down here, I think. No, I can't. Is there any mushrooms around? No. I'm about to go for this chest, though. If I'm gonna leave. Some more armor. All right, well, we're gonna chance it. You ready? We can break 2 rocks. Let's see if we can find a staircase. Okay, 1 rock. 2 rock. We want to break stuff that's close to each other. Because I have an ability that it'll shatter more than 1 rock. All right, we're out of energy. We lose. So close, yet so far away. Let's get out of here. I was a teenager. I'm going to be a mom. It's been such a long time. Aw. I actually surprisingly have a lot of stories like that in the community. That's really special to me. People that found me when they were younger and then they show back up and they're like starting their lives. You know, one of our friends was going through college and then they came back and they were full blown out like biologists and like turtle experts, and that was what they were going for. Another one of our friends we met, they were like still in high school, and then you know now they're like 25 and they still pop into our chat every once in a while. It's just like so surreal. It's like, oh my gosh, it's been quite a journey, dude. Yeah, pretty nuts. Do 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 do. Quite a Z journey. Sunshine tomorrow. We'll have to water our crops. This we're selling. This we need for a quest. This we're selling. This we need for a quest. This I think we also need for a quest. Watching your Twitch stream almost feels nostalgic. That's fair, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's fair. I think they're harder to progress as well. Could also be because the days are shorter than Stardew 2. Are they? How much shorter are the days from Stardew? Do you know? So like what? Stardew is like, if you don't pause the game, a day goes by in like what, 15, 20 minutes? If you don't ever pause, you just leave it running, it's like 15, 20 minutes. Are they shorter in this game? I've literally birthed 2 children, bought a house, and became a finance executive at a company with this stream. We are real close. Oh, that's so crazy. Stardew's 14, Mistria's 12. Ah, right, but you can change the length of the days in the game. I have it on default, I think. Interesting. So they are technically shorter. I mean, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, let's just say 2 minutes matters a lot. It really does. Like you might not think that right at first thought. It's like, what, oh, what's 2 minutes? Well, in a game like this, two minutes matters. frick, Mobile. Oh, I was just about to knock. I'm here to pick up all the Breath of Spring you collected so that we can start the final count. Okay, I've got to run. I hope to see you at the festival. All right, we got potatoes. All right, it's over halfway through the month. If we're gonna plant more seeds, I suppose we save some taters for cooking. We'll just sell the cabbage. We're just gonna sell the strawberries as well. All right, let's go and see if we can go to the store. Even though there's an event going on, I think we can. I think we can. This game's pretty chill like that. Maybe not. Maybe I have to wait for this cutscene. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boo-boo. The moment you've all been waiting for is here. It's time to announce the 3 people who turned in the most Breath of Spring flowers. In third place, Errol. How exciting. In second place, Chad. Chad, good job. Chad, good job. And finally, in first place, Celine. Oh my gosh. Look at Celine as she acts surprised, like she didn't get absolutely down and dirty to get those freaking flowers. We know Celine was grinding for them, seething, like, hey, I have to win. This small bottle emanates a scent of Breath of Spring. This Spring Festival souvenir is loved by everyone. Oh, it's just like a gift item. Flower earrings, flower crown. Oh, they have dollar coffee here. Well, $100. Makes you move a little bit faster. It's, to be fair, it's very tempting. I'm gonna buy 5 cups of coffee. It's a very good food. I got to the point in my last playthrough. I got to the point to where I started using the food a lot in the game for like speeding, and it was really nice. Hey, H does slay. Are we slaying? I suppose I don't have to sell. I suppose I don't actually have to sell the cabbage that I just got a request for, because you usually get some money for the request anyways. Take that. There it is. Thank you, Nugs. Appreciate the 40-month primer mod check. Do 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 do. There. Lantern set. Flower set. Other flower set. Oh, we wanted to buy some crops. Let's go do that.
And
Let's.
the bad guy hit me in the shin and I peed all in my pants.
P check. Mm, mm, mm. 9 days. That'll be the 26th. When is the game? What does it go to the 28th in game, right? So we should be good. All right, 20 cabbages. We'll make a little bit of cash here as we go into the end of spring. That'll be the last crops I purchase for spring. And we'll just casually water these 20. What's up, Robin? How you doing? Not too much is new. We're just playing some Fields of Mistria 1.0. It just got fully released out of early access, and now it's a real game. Now it's a real video game, if you can believe it. It doesn't count. If it's in early access, it's not a real game. I don't know if somebody told you that that's the rules, but those are the rules. It's not a real video game in early access. I didn't make the rules up, all right? Sorry. I like how I said, you know, we're going to be doing way less farming this time. Farming is still my highest level. No, it's not. Wait a second. Never mind. How is my archaeology level 14? Sick. Never mind. Carry on, my wayward son. Yes, I just said that to myself. Unpeatable. Dive spots can now contain sunken artifacts. An additional dig site will appear daily at the western ruins. No, I'm saving my stats. All right, we got our coffee. We got our potatoes. Let's go cook. And let's go hit the mines. See if we can make it to floor 10 again. Wait, maybe I shouldn't be carrying around 5 coffees. Whatever. It's too late. I'm already here. All right, baked potatoes. Ooh, what is this? Baked sweet root. Ooh. 50 minutes. I wish this was on Switch too. It'll get there. We just heard that they got up to 1 million sales. And that feels like a lot. And that feels like we can expect this to come to the Switch. Jordan over on YouTube says, are you excited about the Ocarina of Time remake coming out? Or are any dinosaurs in this game? Also, you look like Carrie. Ooh, I want to see who this is. I mean, I'll take that as a compliment. Sick. I look like Carrie Liv Gren, they said. They said I look like Carrie Liv Gren, like this guy. What do y'all think? New emo. So yeah. I'm excited about Ocarina Remake, dude. Is that your dad? It's uncanny. The phase pose. You like the phase pose? I see it. So yes, I'm super excited for Ocarina, and I cried tears at the reveal, and I am so excited for whatever they do. I'm not even gonna lie. I am so convinced that I'm gonna love it that I have zero expectations. I know for a fact we are going to be living as Zelda fans. Yes, I'm expecting some things to maybe be a little bit worse than it was originally, or maybe they drop the ball with certain ideas and they don't quite hit or something. I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, it's gonna be a freaking Ocarina of Time remake. Reborn. That's what they said. Reborn. And I'm like so excited. Like, I can't express how this is. If you are looking for a stream that's going to criticize the game in the future, if you're the kind of person who's like excited to watch somebody lay into the game, this isn't the right place. What you're going to want to come to this stream for is a guy who is going to be so excited and happy and cheerful, and just, I'm going to be sinking my teeth into it I don't care. The game could technically suck, and I'm still gonna be sitting here with a smile on my face the whole time. So I'm so excited, dude. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll go find the clip. I come to the stream for big bald content. Yeah. When do you think the next trailer will come out? Good question. I think we're gonna get a direct for Ocarina. So my prediction is two things. One, they're going to announce a Zelda 40th anniversary direct, and then we're going to see the movie. We're going to see another trailer, and we're going to see gameplay, and maybe even have a treehouse with it. The other prediction is that they're going to do a regular Nintendo Direct, and in that regular Nintendo Direct, they're going to show off a trailer of the game, and then they're going to say, "Do you want to see more? Well, on this date, a week from now, there's a Zelda 40th anniversary direct," and then they're gonna curtail us to go watch that. So to clean up what I just said, we're either gonna see the trailer during the 40th anniversary direct, or we're gonna see it beforehand to push us towards the 40th anniversary direct, in which they'll show us even more. I think all of this could happen as soon as August, like this month, but I think it's more likely going to happen in September, because there's always been a direct around September for the most part, almost every year. So I don't know if August is too soon, and I think I could see Nintendo pushing it until September, and then we'll see more Ocarina stuff. I don't think it'll be any later than September, though. I think that's worthy of mentioning as well. I think there's no way that it'll be later than September. I think that they're going to get this game marketed and in front of us very soon, because I don't know. I always heard that marketing engines need to start revving up within a couple months at least. That's what I've heard from like random sources, right? That like marketing stuff has to rev up a couple months in advance for it to like really like work. So I don't know like exactly how true that is, but from what I've heard, it feels like they're likely gonna have to start to cook pretty soon. Like they can't just leave this game as like a nothing burger for too long. Like they have to show us something. Got kicked off the TV. I'm back. When do you guess it'll come out? I think it's going to be releasing in November. And my prediction is that it's coming out November, the week before Grand Theft Auto, is what we heard from a leak. I said that I predicted the week of Grand Theft Auto. Also, here's the clip to my reaction if you want, Jordan. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mrs. Pirate. So yeah, I think November is the release date. I just don't know when in November, but I like to think it would be the same week as GTA, because as a Nintendo fan, I think that's really funny. More importantly, as a guy who's not going to play GTA, I think that's really funny. So I'm hoping that Nintendo is cheeky and they put it out the same week as GTA. And that they just like it would be so funny to me. I don't even know why. Like, it would just be so funny to me if the only game that was not afraid to release next to GTA was Ocarina of Time Reborn. Like, that to me is such a meme, and I'm here for it. Like, I'm so here for the meme. So I just hope that's how it works out. It sounds like from the leaks that it's going to be the week before, which, to be fair, the week before does make more sense because it does give people to play it before GTA. And Nintendo's not completely bat-ish. They will probably make the more responsible decision, which is at least a week before. Right? Like, that is the more responsible thing to do, so they'll probably do that. The earlier in November, the better. Yeah, I imagine it'll be like the first week or two in November, yeah. can confirm this is true. They'll also be looking at a wish list and pre-order numbers to gauge demand. Right, so you have to have that stuff out for a couple months. Thank you, Miss Beans. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was trying to figure out how to articulate that. Right, that's like, you got to get that stuff cooking. So like, they're not going to make us, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in August. Straight up. Like, I think we could see a direct this month. We could. I don't know if there's a history of Nintendo doing directs in August, especially with Pokemon stuff happening this month, because this is a big month for Pokemon always because of World Championships and stuff. So I don't see this month having a regular direct. I think they're gonna wait till September. This is mostly just based off of the history that I've interacted with. So there's no facts here. Like, don't, just keep that in mind. Like, I'm just kind of speculating. Oh, I need these. Tunnel middle people. Oh, I didn't know I needed those. Yeah, this is just pure speculation on my part. The point is you can't predict Nintendo. You never can. It doesn't matter what the history says. Nintendo will be the first company to show up and just do something crazy. So, who knows, right? No, I didn't. I was trying to eat my food and I was on top of the ladder and I clicked leave. That's fair. That's happened to me in Stardew before too. So that's not even like... Like, that's literally happened to me in Stardew Valley. Like, oops. Like, I just looked away to read chat. I wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. This is a bunch of stuff. Is this stuff going to stay in the building? Nice. Soy sauce and millipedes. Cool. All right, let's head home. The Cleveland Sirens. Really, WNBA, get a better name. So do you by chance, have you ever heard of any lore of a siren Pokemon fan? So what they're probably referencing is that there's old lore that there was these creatures or these entities that were called sirens, and they would have a song that would pull, like, lull people to a sense of security, and then they would like eat your head and kill you. Yeah, so it's not the siren you're thinking of. It's the siren that's actually super scary, and they lull you into the depths of the water, and then you can't help but swim towards them because they're so beautiful and the music is so pretty, and then they bite your head off. And I think that actually, when you think about it that way, that actually kind of works. Yeah. Oh, you're good, man. Not everyone knows that kind of stuff. No problem, Pokemon fan. You're good, buddy. That's why I wanted to tell you. Yeah, nobody actually knows all that stuff. Yeah, I only know that because I played World of Warcraft, and like, I'm into like fantasy lore and stuff, right? Like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. If you're not like a fantasy buff, how would you ever know that? Right? Like, why would you even know that? That's not like real world knowledge, you know? Yeah, no problem, bud. Oh, I forgot about these essence stones. You can use these later inside to charge your barns, right? I forgot about the essence stones. Yeah, Greek mythology. Is that what it is? Is it Greek mythology? I wasn't sure what it was from. I didn't want to speak on it. But yeah, isn't that interesting, Pokemon fan? So yeah, it's not like a siren like what's on a cop car. It's a siren as in a mythical creature that would lull you to a sense of security and then kill you or something. I'm not sure what sirens were known for doing as far as their like killing you, but I think they would like just, you would drown or something. Like, I'm not sure. There's some lore there for sure. Yeah, the sirens call. Odysseus has his crew plug their ears to tie him to the mast. They sing to you, then dead. They would drown a lot of sailors, yeah. It's really hard to collect a lot of those crafts for later in game, but they're so useful. Yeah, man, they are really useful. Yeah, super interesting, right? The Cleveland Sirens. That is a little bit weird, but because we have Lake Erie, maybe they're playing off of the fact that we have Lake Erie. Because Cleveland's whole thing is that we're off the lake. We're the smog city off the lake. Like, that's like our whole thing. So that makes sense. Like, our hockey team is called Lake Erie Monsters. So, like, it's kind of our thing, I guess. Lake Erie, that's why, yeah. Even your stream crashed? Wait, what happened? Oh, I took a shower? Nice. Welcome back. So wait, you were stuck in the shower with your own thoughts? No stream? Yikes. I'm glad you made it out alive. I love the 30 Rock episode about Cleveland. No. Good. I'm glad you made it out. Oh, I didn't answer your other question. I don't think there's any dinosaurs in this game. There is, however, a huge slew of enemies. And you can actually turn your familiar into any of those enemies as you discover them. Well, not any of them, but a bunch of them, which is really cool. So like right now I can only be a dog or a cat, but as I discover certain monsters, I can actually turn. So this is actually one of the parts of 1.0. Before 1.0, there was like only one type of monster available here. But now there's a bunch of different types of monsters that you could turn your familiar into, which is pretty cool. So it doesn't have to be a cat or a dog. Oh yeah, I guess a dragon is basically a dinosaur. To be fair though, I think dragons would have evolved from ancient reptiles. And now that I have watched the Netflix Dinosaurs documentary, I can say that I am a expert on dinosaurs and ancient reptiles. And I learned that ancient reptiles and dinosaurs are not the same entities. In fact, the ancient reptiles ran the world before the dinosaurs, and then the dinosaurs slowly crept up and eventually took over the ancient reptiles. And if you want a good example of an ancient reptile that is still with us to this day, is I believe it's like crocodiles and alligators. I think those are still like the remnants of the ancient reptiles, if I remember correctly. And birds are the ancestors of dinosaurs. Birds are the ancestors of dinosaurs. And crocodiles and alligators and stuff are like the ancestors of the ancient reptiles. So yeah, I wonder if a dragon would be closer to an ancient reptile. Not to be the actually guy, not to sound like a 11-year-old kid who's watched Jurassic Park too many times, but just saying. Just saying. Jurassic Park is wrong on so many levels, though. Yeah, it's so outdated. It's okay. I would blame them if it came out today and was that wrong, but you know, back then we didn't even have any idea. So yeah, even though they did take a lot of liberties for the movie, you're right. Like I think even back then we knew that T-Rex wouldn't be stomping the way that we think, but that's actually, never mind. Maybe I'm wrong about that. To explain what I'm saying is that we've, in recent years, discovered that T-Rex actually was probably super silent, and he was massive, but he was probably super silent and probably didn't even make any noise at all when he stomped up to you. But like Jurassic Park will lead you to believe that like you're feeling thumps around you. Like, no, you wouldn't even know. Like T-Rex was such a predator. He was tons big. Like we all know how big T-Rex possibly was, and it's probably even bigger than you think, because recent discoveries have led us to believe that some of the biggest T-Rexes might be way bigger than we ever thought. And guess what? These mother truckers were silent. So not only were they these massive monsters, dude, they were silent. You might not have even heard this trucker come on you. Like, you might not have even have heard them until they were running at you and you were dead. And they were giants, like, and we're talking like big beasts. Like, it's really crazy, dude. It's actually super cool. Yeah. You might not have ever even heard them. Tiny arms, though, what a shame. Yeah. They recently discovered that they would actually lean like this. T-Rexes don't sit up. They walk like this. Their head is parallel with their tail as a counterbalance. They don't actually walk upright at all. That was actually just a complete misinterpretation of a T-Rex. And that they walk around completely parallel to the ground like this. Head down, tail down. And that's how they move around. And that so it's funny how a lot of our lore on T-Rex has been wrong for a long time. Yeah, it's really cool. More like a bird running. Yeah, because as we established, they're definitely ancestors of the birds. Or the birds are their ancestors, whatever. Like a bird running. That's how I walk. Like, yeah, I want to look it up real quick. 2026, how big were T-Rexes? Because the recent... So this Quick Science Daily article says that it would take 40 years for a T-Rex to reach full size. And... Tyrannosaurus Rex reached its adult size at around age 25, but in a new study, we think it actually might have kept growing until about 40. And where's this? Hopefully, do they say it here? The recent, it's hard to put this into words to be able to visualize. But essentially, we thought T-Rexes were big, but we recently came to under the impression that they were probably double the size that we used to think they were. And that's all I was trying to look up. Is no matter what size you thought a T-Rex was, recent studies are showing us that they're probably way bigger than we think. And that's all I'm trying to express. Just whatever picture you have in your mind of how big a T-Rex is, I want you to double that. Because that's probably how big a T-Rex could have been, and maybe got a couple times around the world. I don't know, maybe double's drastic, but I'm just trying to make a point. So an arc, yeah. Yeah, we didn't understand that. And then what happened is, so I can actually tell you guys why we figured that out. You ready? So it turns out that for a while, we thought that two different species were the same. We thought that T-Rexes and these other creatures called Tyrants or something, they're just smaller versions. We thought they were the same. We thought we were finding baby T-Rexes, teenage T-Rexes. Well, it turns out that what we thought was wrong, and that they're actually two separate subspecies essentially. And that the Tyrannosaurus Rex was actually not connected to these miniature T-Rexes that we were finding. And we thought that they were connected, so we thought that T-Rexes could be small and large. Well, no, they're not connected at all. And it turns out that the Tyrannosaurus Rex that we know likely had feathers as it was a baby, and then it drops the feathers really early because it no longer needed them because it was no longer in cold climates. And that its body gets so big that it can warm itself. There's even theories that they were not cold-blooded like reptiles. They were actually warm-blooded, which is why they didn't need their feathers anymore. And like, so yeah, the point is that we were studying the wrong creatures. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Like, we were studying creatures that actually aren't a part of their family at all. They're just like a cousin. And once we realized that, we went back to our studies and we were like, wait a second. This means that T-Rexes are actually going to be this size. And like, maybe we were completely wrong. And now that's where our new studies are. Yeah. So like, yeah, there's like studies going on right now that like T-Rexes might have been warm-blooded. I don't know if that's been disproven or not, but they might not even be cold-blooded the way that you would think, because like they look like big reptiles. Like, no, not even at all. Am I able to move coops and barns after they're built? Heck yeah. Heck yeah, good question. Yeah, you have the freedom to move all that stuff. I think it has to be fully built, and you have to move the animals out of the barn to move it, though. Good thing Hayden has an adoption service for you. So what you can do, Town Nov, is you just go to Hayden and you have him adopt your animals, or not adopt, sorry, daycare. You put your animals in daycare for the day, and then you can move your barns freely, and then you can just take them out of daycare when you're done. So that's just another W for Fields of Mistria, because instead of having to figure out how to manage your animals and move your farms around and it's all annoying, you can just put them in a daycare service for like a day or two, and then you can just take them out and you can have your farm like nice and clean without a bunch of animals walking around and all that. So, just a little mini W for Fields there. Oh, wow, that's cool. I'd love to see that, Teddy. Cleveland has some pretty decent museums, so I've seen some cool stuff. Okay, here it is. This is a fake chest. This is faker than... This is a faker chest than Dolly Parton. No, I was trying to think of somebody else, but I couldn't remember her name. Who was the girl who used to be on Tool Time? Pamela Anderson, yeah. We all know Dolly Parton was all natural. That's what made her so special. Sorry, Dolly, I would never. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Oh yeah, Dolly's a gem. She don't deserve no flack. Does Hayden still talk like an aging cowboy? I think so. I also recently that bear hibernating is not them sleeping. No one can tell me what it actually is. Weird. So bears don't sleep when they hibernate? I know what they do. It's like when Patrick Star goes to work when SpongeBob and Patrick decide to take care of the baby. They just grab a suitcase full of donuts and go under a rock and watch TV for 3 months. What do you mean? I thought that's what hibernating was the whole time. Come on, dude. Don't make this so complicated, guys. You guys are being weird. Did you hear Dolly bought out Harris Teeter, Piggly Wiggly, and the Big M? She's going to combine them into a store called Biggly Wiggly Teeters. And this is why we love Dolly Parton. Thank you. Pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretching. Wait, I started mixing the Aesop Rock version. I do that all the time. Aesop has like a light cover of that song, and I always mix it up. Wake up and pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretching. My life is a mess, and if I ever make it home today, God bless. That's the Aesop version. I don't remember Dolly's anymore. Rip. Bears do sleep in the winter. They don't eat, pee, or drink during hibernation. So they're playing World of Warcraft. That, duh. Dude, they got themselves a pee bucket. They're sitting down, they're locking in. That just sounds like every World of Warcraft player I've ever met. Don't pee, don't drink, don't eat, don't move. Just sit there. They got this bucket. They don't even get up off the game, and they're sitting there. They're locked in. 3 months. 3 months, easy. Dang, I knew it, dude. South Park taught me how this works. Just playing World of Warcraft. Dude, I'm out of energy again. I'm not going to make it to this next floor. Dude, this happens to me every time I go through the mines in this game. That's what makes it so thrilling. This happens to me every time I go through the mines. If you don't bring enough food, you just don't make it some days. All right, we're out of here. Well, we do have enough points to max out our final thing here. All right, let's go. So basically, they're playing WoW. Are the days longer? No, but this game allows you to adjust the time of day, Sweet Asparagus, to your heart's content. It was one of the follow-up things that Coral Island kind of started setting the precedent for. So yeah, in this game, the days are technically shorter than Stardew Valley, which sounds a little crazy for some of you that might not like Stardew Valley's days. But what you can do in this game is you can go into the settings here, and you can make it to where the day speed is either longer or longest. And can anybody enlighten us to how much longer the days become here? If this is 12 minutes, what is this? 15 and 20? Like, do we know roughly? I would appreciate it. No pressure, of course. If you're lurking, enjoy your lurk. We'll figure it out ourselves. But yeah, you can change how long the days are, and you can make the game a lot more approachable, Sweet Asparagus. But right out the gate, by default, technically the days are about 2 minutes shorter than Stardew. So it is a little more stressful than Stardew in that sense. But I think this game makes up for it by providing a bunch of stress-free accessibility in other ways. So I don't even think you feel those 2 minutes. I really don't. I just tell you from my personal experience, I don't think you even feel those 2 minutes really. Not really. Wiki says 14 and then longest is 15. Nice. So 15 minutes compared to 12. Not bad. So like, see, a little bit closer to Stardew, basically, a little bit longer at that point. All right, we're selling that. We can sell that. We'll put that in the house. We'll hoard. We do a little bit of hoarding around here. Oh, we got ourselves a new belt. We're getting ourselves some junky armor, which is nice. Drop that off in there. Apparently there's smart sorting in Pacopia, and I haven't interacted with it yet. Smart sorting in chest for Pacopia. I heard about it earlier today. I'm not even sure what it means, but pour myself a cup of ambition, yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Yeah, there it is. Out on the streets, the traffic is pumping. That's all I can remember. Oh, wait, never mind. That wasn't a part of the song. Thank you, Sister Honey. Thank you. How you been, by the way, Blissful Bunny? You enjoying this 1.0 update? About to play this game for the first time? Morganzo Beans, shut up, dude. What? Yo, we got a first timer out here. Yo, we got a first timer. Dude, I think you're gonna love this game. I hope you enjoy it. You have to come back and let me know. You have to come back and let me know what you think. Started a new save about a week ago and I'm in fall. I'm already liking it. Oh, you're really liking it? Nice. Yeah, I decided a fresh save was best as well. Chat, happy Friday. Will you be going to the inn tonight with your fellow townsfolk? Thanks for reminding me. I forgot. We all need a Calderis in our life to remind us of our outings with our friends. Will do. I love Stardew. I'm so excited. Yeah, this game's good. What's up, dude? What's up, dude? What's up, dude? All right, 3 straws, some extra cash. And I guess since it's Friday and we want to go to the inn, we're just going to work on our farm instead. Something I've been wanting to do for a couple days in game anyways. Get this place cleaned up. Oh, you know what I could do is go get some copper going. We could try to do some quests. All right, so first off, Shadowflower, Ruby, check. Shadowflower, check. Ruby, check. Next. Trout, copper, 5 copper. We're just gonna grab all of our copper. Wait, since when did I get 168 copper? I've been grinding. Wait, what? I guess I really am doing a mining playthrough. I just made that up. All right, shipping bin. No, we don't have that. All right, monster core, check. Beat that little trout sniffer. Wait, what? What? Oh, beat that, you little... I missed that part, and it made me really confused. That was just my bad. Yeah, that's on me. That's my bad. Man, it's warm today, dude. Oh, I am 100% over summer, but I can't say that because summer ain't going anywhere anytime soon, dude. It's not that bad outside. Hay bale, we don't have that. Shadowflower, copper, ruby, cabbage. Did I not take the cabbage back out of the shipping bin? I did not. I think I have some growing. All right, that's it. That's all the requests. Food reserves. We need to ship 10 crops and speak to Adeline. We can do that tonight. Crafting tutorial, bring wrist 10 wood. Complete requests, yada, yada, yada. All right, let's grab a couple pieces of wood here. And we're gonna go do some blacksmithing. Oh yeah, dude. When you watch Home Alone as a kid, you side with Kevin. When you watch Home Alone as an adult, you definitely side with Kevin. Yeah, it doesn't change at all. Yeah. Yeah. You watch Home Alone as a kid, you're like, oh yeah, Kevin, dude. You watch Home Alone as an adult, you're like, oh yeah, for sure, Kevin, this family is terrible. And then you just like feel bad for his mom. I think it's hard not to feel bad for the mom. So this is where you'll be crafting today. Feel free to use it anytime. There is also a crafting station in town, and you can even buy one from us to place on your farm. Anytime you'll want tips, you only have to ask. I think you'll find being able to make your own fences handy. You can use them to section off your land and keep your farm organized. They'll keep your chickens out of your corn and the weeds from taking over your fields. They're great practice too. You'll be on to bigger projects in no time. Ready to get technical? I think I'm good. I like your confidence. Remind me of, well, me. Nicely done, I'll say. Let's have you make a few more sections of fence while you're here to make sure you've got the hang of it. All right. I hate that teleported me all the way up here, but that's fine. Beep-boo, 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 boo. You thought the cutscenes were over, but...
Tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping out on the street. The traffic's jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Yeah, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's soul taking and no giving. They just choose your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. If you let it.
True. This is why Dolly Parton is a legend, dude. True. She's so dope. Thanks for the biddies. Now, as you know, funds are a bit tight in Mistria at the moment, but I don't want you to leave empty-handed. You earn these. 10 turnip seeds. I guess we can go plant those. Frick. You're just giving me... You rewarded my work with more work. Yo, I know you worked real hard to farm up these crops for us. Here's more stuff for you to do for work. Like,
for service and devotion, you would think that I would deserve a fat promotion. Want to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me.
5.3 hours.
That man is out to get me. He's out to get me. 9 to 5, 9 to 5, working.
It sounds creepy.
9 to 5. They let you dream just to watch him shatter or just to step on the boss man's
working,
line, but you've
working,
got dreams
working.
He'll never take away. He'll never take them away.
It's almost creepy. It's weird when it's spoken word.
A lot of your friends waiting for the day your ship will come in, and the tide's gonna turn, and it's all gonna roll your way. I just know it. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by.
Working, working,
and
working.
No giving, they just choose your mind, and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it, but you won't let it. Working 9 to 5. They got you where they want you. There's a better life, and you think about it, don't you?
Hey, thanks for the biddies.
It's a rich man's game, no matter what they call it, and you spend your life putting money in his wallet. Putting money in his wallet. Working 9 to 5. Well, what a way to make a living, barely getting by. It's soul taking and no giving. They just choose your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. Crazy if you let it. Working 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. You dream about it, don't you? It's a rich
don't you?
Game, no matter what they call it. And you spend your life
don't you?
Putting money in his wallet. Putting money in his wallet. Just working, working, working. 9 to 5. Just working, working.
Don't you?
9 to 5. And you think about it, don't you? 9 to 5. Yeah, you think about it, don't you? 9 to 5.
Working, working, working. You think about it, don't you? The fact that she put it in a real question inflection just kills me. You think about it, don't you? Daft Punk remix. you think about it, don't you? Oh. AI definitely working 9 to 5. We got to hear that again. Yo, thank you for the biddies, by the way. I think that was like a total of 500 or so. Thank you very much for the support. All right, nice. We spent every single bit of copper and we got all of our tools upgraded in one sitting. Has anybody ever done that in this game? Isn't that kind of cool? Dude, I went from level like 3 mining to level 11 instantly. Or sorry, blacksmithing. And I instantly just upgraded all of my tools except for my fishing rod and my net. Got a new sword and everything. Yeah, it was cool. I feel like I always nickel and dimed my way through this, if that makes sense. I never really fully was able to do what I just did, where I just upgrade everything. Your carpentry's level 22? Dude, nice. Yeah, that was sick. I didn't realize I was saving up so much copper. So I managed to save up 168 copper from a couple different mining runs. And I just had a bunch to use at once. It felt cool. Boom, 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 boom. And then we could take this, put this in here. We can sell this. We can sell this. Put this copper away. Well, we need 5 of them for March. All right, let's go and enjoy our time at the bar for the Friday. The inn. All right, let's start off with the kids and their heist. Welcome to the 3rd meeting of the Dragon Guard heist. There's a problem. We were going to make Balor sleepy with cheese and potatoes, but there's no cheese and potatoes on the menu this week. How did I miss this in my calculations? So what do? We improvise. Oh no. You know what happens when Del improvises. Don't worry about it. It's never good. Anyway, if we need Mr. Bellar to be asleep, I say we strike at dawn. Del, he'll be in his room. He'll be so mad. We'll be really quiet. Chat, you better leave this to the professionals. We'll report back next week. Cute. Ulrich's 4 of a kind was beginner's luck. This time, the pot is mine. Wait, what was the voice frame? Oh, I didn't mind. He did treat us all to another round. Hit me. Don't think you can hide your reaction from me, Errol. I know all your tells. The problem both of you have is that your little rivalry blinds you to the rest of the table. Isn't that right, Reese? I wouldn't know about that, Miss Terthea. I just like dealing and doing card tricks. Watch this. Whoa, nice moves, bro. By the way, is this a full house? Oh, got him. GG's. Turn in the copper ore requests. Sit with me, chat. You're always so busy during the week. Chat, you're here just in time. Juniper brought something truly special. I've only heard stories about this wine. Gather around, everyone, for a once-in-a-century occasion. This is Witch Vine Merlot, an 800-year-old vintage that I brought with me to Mistria. Witch Vine Merlot. Oh, you've heard of it? I suppose with your background, you've heard stories. Yes, this is the real thing, and I think the first glass should go to Valen for really opening my eyes to appreciating the finer things. So, how is it? Don't hold back, Doctor. It's unbelievable. Transcendent. I love it. Well now, isn't that nice? I haven't seen anyone this... It wouldn't be humiliated, is it? isn't this basically, how do you pronounce this word? I can't wrap my head around it. But essentially to like humble somebody, to bring them to a human level. Isn't that how you spell humiliated? I feel like that's not how that word normally looks to me. I still think about a moment in Stardew when 1.6 came out, after you get to the phone and Vince calls you and you did the goofy kid voice. Whenever I interact with my kids in games like these, I think of that. That is how you spell it? Okay. It didn't look like the right spelling of humiliated, so I was like, am I even gonna say this right? One of those moments where I felt like asking. I don't normally ask. I normally just mispronounce and move on. Yo, what's up, duders? Welcome to the show, dude. I haven't seen anyone this humiliated since the Count of Thornbrook, and we all know what happened to him. And if you don't, I'll tell you later, chat. Oh, heck. The bottle. Junie knocked it over. There it goes, all over the floor. I'd offer you some, but my cup is quite empty. Thank you for sharing, Juniper. Correction, this is the most humiliated I've seen someone since the Count of Thornbrook. Like, see, this game's not afraid to like speak over your head as if there's a world around you that is way bigger than you could ever like imagine, and you're just like a part of it all. And that's like one of the biggest strengths of this game, is that it makes you feel like you are a part of a world that has been going before you were here, that will continue after you leave, and that is happening around you whether or not you want it. Whereas what Stardew Valley does really well is it makes you feel like you're a part of a small town, and in that small town, nothing matters but the small town. No one in Stardew Valley, Pelican Town, is thinking about the larger things. They're thinking about how, you know, Pam owes a tab at the bar and how Shane has a drinking problem, and they're stuck only thinking about the stuff happening around them, because that's what a small town does. Small towns are obsessed with themselves, and that's fine. Like, it works really well for what Stardew's bringing to the table. It's a small town vibe. If you've lived in a small town, you could probably really relate to Stardew. Whereas like this game, it's pushing a completely different style of presence. You are meant to feel like you are nothing but a small piece of a large puzzle in this game. You are meant to feel like you are a part of something way bigger than you, and that there's constantly references to Count Thornbrook, and you're just like, who the fuck are you talking about? Like, you rarely see those moments in Stardew. Every once in a while they talk about Zulu City or Zuzu City. Every once in a while they talk about Joja Corporation outside of the context of Morris and Pelican Town, and that's about it. You get a little bit of lore with the wizard and the past with the witch, and you never get to meet the witch technically, so like there's like a little bit there, but Stardew, that's not the focus, right? And it's like really interesting how this game totally goes in a completely different direction with the world and how your character's supposed to feel in the world. And it's cool. I really love it. Nice. Shadowflower turned in. And Ruby turned in. Yeah, I think that's why I play Stardew a little less compared to other farming sims. Yo, have a good day at work, Kenzie Chronic. You got this, homie. Hero Swords in the chat. Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow morning. And tomorrow night, we have some community gaming. So don't be shy to tune in for that as well. It takes a bit of study to fish up aquatic artifacts, but they're worth the effort. Who knew a fishing rod could be a part of archaeologists' toolbox? Oh wait, I'm looking for the story here. After your mercurial bout of regicide, you have become the villains of the kingdom. According to ancient Aldarian law, you must now be tried in a court of law. Aha, I'm familiar with Aldarian law. We have the right to appoint ourselves a defender. I'll do it. I'll use one of my emerald blessings to summon us an attorney. Oh, I rolled a 1. Oh dear. That means our attorney is a tree. A talking tree? Snicklefritz inspects the tree for signs of intelligence. I mean, I guess he does. Who cares? But tell me, though. It's a normal tree, but it's very pretty. I see. Well, you're all found guilty. Oh, I have got to write a ballad about this one. Cute. I can play this time? Yeah, we're doing Mario Kart World tomorrow night, and then we'll game switch if there's something else that we want to do. But I think World for 3 or 4 hours will be plenty. It'll be nice. Especially since we took a break from it for a last community game night. What we did Mario Party, right? So it'll be nice. I think I can finally break the stumps here. Now that I have the copper axe, correct. Nice, get ourselves some hardwood. We'll copy a prop hunt. Yeah, we have options. We can see what other people want to do, and we'll see if we want to game swap it all tomorrow. If there's enough people for something else, enough people down to do a little mix up, I'm okay with that. It's nice to have a potential backup plan because sometimes Mario Kart can get a little bit much after about 3 hours. But I don't feel that way necessarily with Mario Kart World because World has so much going on and it's so chaotic, and you know, you're not like just racing 3-lap tracks and you're driving around the whole world map, and usually I don't actually get sick of it. Whereas like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I would be kind of burnt out after like 2 or 3 hours. Rarely would I want to go any longer. I'd like to do some more Splatoon Raiders. And that, I feel like, should be an option as well, especially if we have some Raiders with us tomorrow night. That would be cool as well. Oh, we never turned this in to Juniper. I wonder, is she still up here? Do they leave the bar at midnight? Yeah, I've been fiending to do more Raiders with y'all. I've just been so busy. But I really want to sit down and play some more Raiders with y'all. So I've been picking at it a little bit, Miss Beans, in my free time. Just like a little bit. And I haven't done any multiplayer. I'm saving that with y'all. Instead, I've just been doing every mission that I can that's low level. So I'm at the point to where now the lowest level mission on my map is level 30 and I'm level 40. And I'm just slowly picking at like all the lower level missions, trying to make sure that when I do play with y'all that we're just doing like higher level stuff, because that's what we would want, because it doesn't matter because it scales anyways. So it doesn't matter. So that's what I've been working on in my free time, is I've just been picking at the game very lightly and just kind of a match or two here or there. I do feel like I have a really cool setup though. Oh, I don't have any stamina. I do feel like I have a really cool setup though. Like I really put some time into looking at all the stats and stuff. So I'm using the satellites. So my main build right now is satellites, turrets, and balloons. And my balloons are slower, so they stay closer to me so I can control where they go a little bit better. My turrets can throw out 2 at a time, and they feel like I can put those down in one direction and look in another direction. And then my satellites are constantly going around me, and they're on the inside and the outside, providing ink around me so I always have a getaway and I can always run. And I'm having a lot of fun with this tank setup. I like that you can play the gadget dungeons in multiplayer. Yeah, because some of the gadget dungeons suck and you need help. Yeah, Raiders has been fun for sure. But I've taken a break because I haven't let myself play multiplayer off stream. I don't want to. Like, I'd rather just play on stream. Hey, we made it to Copper Rank. Let's go. All right, Saturday Market. If you do the daily Go Help mission, you get some free boxes. Oh, really? I didn't understand that. Oh, thank you, man. I should do that. I would love to help other people. Yeah, I just didn't want to do... Yeah, like, that's cool. I've done like 1 or 2 Go Help missions, but I didn't realize there was extra loot. Mistria's renown rank continuing to climb. I'd like to call a town meeting to discuss some ways we can improve the community. Okay. Oh, I got delivered a cake. Nice. That's a lot of energy that it heals. How many flowers does it take to get second place? I think it's like 40, and I think if you want to win, you have to like rub Celine's feet or something weird. I don't know, but getting first place is tough. I think she cheats, Kappa. Do. Are there any cozy farming sims that you have to go all the way up to industrialization? Like big fields, machines, and assembly lines? So the closest right off the top of my head, no real thought, is Dinkum. Dinkum is not the coziest game. You know, there's threat of death and monsters and stuff, but that's the first thought that came out of my brain is Dinkum. Dinkum has... It gets to the point to where you are kind of industrial, and you'll have these huge fields if you want, like potentially with helicopters and tractors, and you can get pretty far close to the industrial era. Maybe not so much machines and assembly lines, but the farming for sure. But maybe not so much machines and assembly lines, but you can have like, there's some really cool stuff in Dinkum. I encourage you to look into that a little bit. Just look into like Dinkum Mega Farm on YouTube, and you'll find this guy Jurgen who does like a bunch of stuff. So yeah, there's a little bit of that stuff out there, but you raise a really interesting question. I don't know if I can confidently say that I've ever seen a farming sim that was willing to go that far with the industrialization side of things. I know that there's some mods for Stardew that let you really dip into automation and even making like freaking production lines, and you can like put stuff on one part of the tread and it'll go all the way around, and like you can do some stuff like that with mods, but definitely not base game. All right, we're for sure going to get to level 10 today. We just got one of the drinks that you get when you rank up the town, and if you drink it, it increases your permanent stamina by 10 or 20. However, if you save it for when your stamina is at 0, it's a full heal. It's a full heal. So it's super sick, and we're about to rock that. So now we have no excuse not to finish. No excuse not to finish the mines today, because we have a full heal. So we have 90 stamina now. And we have another 140 coming. We should be able to get through these mines today. I haven't seen a good marriage of games like Stardew and Satisfactory. Yeah, not really me either. I think there's probably something out there that exists that gets closer than what I referenced. However, I cannot think of anything off the top of my head for sure. I wonder if that's kind of a... I wonder if that's something that will happen eventually. Eventually, somebody's going to marry those ideas, if it hasn't already happened, like, really well. I feel like that's something that has to happen eventually. It's just sitting there waiting to happen. The scope of a game like that is probably intense. Yeah, I could see that. I wiped at that little whatever as your cam feed, and I was thinking it was a hair on my screen. Oh, this is my charging cable. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that was my charging cable for my cell phone. It definitely looked like a hair. I thought the same thing, yeah. Nice, I can destroy these big rocks now. Watch, I'm not even gonna need to drink the thing. They're gonna make it easy on me. Knowing this game, I won't even be surprised. This game's a jerk like that sometimes. Sometimes you'll just have the best RNG ever. And sometimes the worst. Yeah, floor 8. We're getting close. Do-do-do-do-do-do. $25 energy left. We're getting close. Wow. No way. If I get this within the 9 stamina, I'm actually going to be mad. 7. I mean, it helps that I have a way better pickaxe this time around. So I'm not even taking that into account. Nope, didn't make it happen. Well, at least we're going to get to floor 10. Just cut up some watermelon on a garlic cutting board. Risky? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what? So are you risking that your watermelon's gonna taste like garlic? Is this going over my head? Nice new hats. Oh, there it is. Floor 10! A faint whisper breaks the silence. Hero. Help. Sick. Let's keep going. It's only 4 p.m. We have a whole energy bar. And we can eat that mushroom. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think staircases can be under the big rocks, so I think you ignore those. I could be wrong about that, but... Nice. All right, real quick. Do I want to eat the mushroom? Do I need it for something? No, I don't. I'm eating it. Off topic, but I learned about the Gilroy Garlic Festival the other day. They serve garlic ice cream, and I'm a little grossed out, but also intrigued. Yeah, me too. But also a little grossed out. But, you know, a little intrigued. I just think, like, sometimes in life, trying something different just to be different is maybe not always the best. When in theory, maybe some things aren't meant to be, you know? Maybe some things aren't meant to be, you know? Like, that's how I feel about people who candy bugs and then serve them to people. Oh, here's a candied scorpion, sucker. What are you, out of your mind? Why? Save that for when the world blows itself up and the only source of protein we have are the critters walking around. Then I'll eat myself a jalapeno, fried crispy mantis sucker. Like, what do you want from me? Why are you eating that? Like, stop, you monster. The other day I had sweet corn ice cream and it slapped. Sweet corn ice cream. Locust. Yeah. Like, what the heck, man? Oh, wow. We actually could make it. Let's just go. Let's just push. Let's just push. We actually have a chance to get to floor 15 because of that green juice we had. Let's just push here. Let's only destroy rocks that are touching other rocks because we can get a proc. Got it. Got it. All right, one more. Let's only destroy rocks that are touching other rocks because we get like a chance that it'll blow up the rocks around it. This is getting close. This is getting close. I don't like this. 15. Could this be a floor that has a key? No. I have 7 energy left. I have 2 energy left. Oh no. Yo, balloon. Frick. I'm out of energy. Can I eat this red mushroom or will it kill me? Likely poisonous. Dang, we were so close. I'm gonna kill these bugs. Maybe if I kill these creatures, I'll be able to eat them or something. Can I eat this flower? Yeah, I can just slash the wooden barrels. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Dang, so freaking close. Oh, so close, yet so far away. That's all right. We made it to floor 10 and I couldn't really ask for better, so. I have 104 experience. I'm waiting for level 15 here. All right, let's go. Anything new? I don't think I got anything new here. Oh, red mushroom. Oh, and that was a reward. Hey, yo. Nice. Sapphire, everything. Oh, Dark Link, how you doing, bud? I'm doing well. How are you? Yo, we're playing Mario Kart World tomorrow around 5 p.m. Come on by, buddy. Come play some kart with us. Garlic kettle corn does sound delightful. I could go for that. I like garlic, so I would be open to trying some stuff, but just don't take it too far. Just been busy? Yeah, sure. No problem, man. Sometimes life will take you away from things. We're never going to hold it against you, no matter how much time you put between yourself and this community. We're going to welcome you back with open arms, my dude. We're not worried about it one bit. Welcome back in here, man. Good to see you back today. Bow, 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 bow. You don't taste the garlic? So then what do you taste? You have been hard at work around Mistria, chat. The magic returning to me through your efforts have begun to clear my mind. Wait, you've been watching me? The powers and sight of a dragon are vast. As I was saying, I have now recalled a particular spell suitable for human use, as well as the means by which to bestow it to you. I will now grant you the full restore spell. You will be able to access it from your journal. As its name suggests, casting it will fully restore your health and stamina. Where were you? You were watching me struggle in the mines on floor 14? You scumbag! Your mana will restore bit by bit each night after a spell has been cast. Use it wisely. You are the most welcome. Practice your magic and continue to hone your abilities. We will speak again soon. So this is when this game starts to get real interesting. So they introduce spells. And while this is not the first farming sim with these types of spells, it's definitely one that really stuck with me. And it starts off light. You have the ability to cast a spell to fully heal your health and your stamina. All right. And you can use the spell every 4 days. So every day, a quarter of your mana fills back up. And it takes 4 days, I believe. Or is it 2 days, chat? I think it's 4. For your mana to fully refill. So it's not something you can use a lot. You have to use it very lightheartedly, right? And then the spells get better. Just like in Stardew, where you have a rain totem. In this game, you can cast a spell to make it rain specifically on your farm, and you can get all of your crops watered. And then it goes even further. You can get a spell that will grow any crops within a certain space to like their next stage, or to like their full stage after that. You can just like cast a spell and it's like, okay, now these crops are fully grown. And then there's even more later. I can't remember what one of the last spells I found was on my last playthrough, and this magic is real interesting because while you can't use it all the time, you can discover mana potions in the game that are somewhat rare early on and even in mid-game. These mana potions are rare. And these mana potions will allow you to restore your mana to cast these spells more frequently. So, in theory, maybe in endgame, there could be a way to get mana potions a lot smoother. And then maybe you could activate these spells way more frequently. And I think there is something like that later, but it also, if I remember correctly, towards the end of like mid-game and to the start of early game, there might have been a way to start getting mana potions more frequently, but even then, I remember not being able to spam these spells at all. They're not spammable at that point in the game. So it's pretty cool stuff, man. It's pretty cool stuff. And I can't wait to see what other spells are in the game. Because, again, I don't even remember what spells are in the game after the ones that I've seen. Like, I don't remember. I'm actually going to look it up real quick. Fields of Mistria spells. Because I don't remember which ones I've discovered. I don't want to be too spoiled, but yes, the last one I earned was Dragon's Breath. Yes. And Dragon's Breath seemed weird because you project a stream of fire that can be used to destroy objects and monsters, and it also helps you like open up more of the map. It can also be used to clear land of trees and grass and stuff like that. So it's like an interesting attack, basically. So you have Full Restore, Summon Rain, Growth, and then Dragon's Breath. And those are the last spells that oh no, there was one more that I got in my last playthrough. There was Void Sight. And Void Sight would let you, I told you guys about this yesterday. You would dip into the void and you would rip a special artifact out of the void, and these were like rare items. I don't remember exactly like what they did and why they were rare, but yeah, they did rare things. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what other spells were. Maybe it seems like there was one more spell waiting for me there. I don't think you've reached the mines for Void Sight yet. I swear I had Void Sight in my last playthrough. I think so. I for sure remember these little portals opening up around the world. Is that not the same thing? By chance? Is that not the same thing? I remember like these little portals. You would walk around the world and you would see these like purple portals. And then you would walk up to them and you would like get an artifact out of them or something like that. I think that was like the last thing I did on my last playthrough. And then we like wrapped up. Those were little essence things and they're definitely different. Okay, cool. Cool. I wasn't sure if those were the same thing. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Casey? Mines are a good place for mana potions, Turtle says on YouTube. And as you progress in the mines, you get a lot more mana potions. Okay, cool. Yeah, I played to what I believe to have been the bottom of the mines when the game last time I played. That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing, because I got to the point where the highest armor I could create was gold armor, and there was no more mines for me to go down into, and I was just locked. So yeah, I don't even know if I could have even gotten that magic back then. And I got to Silver Town rank, which I think was the highest at the time. If not, Emerald was next. Yeah, and then I was at the farthest point in the mine. That was actually the main reason I stopped playing, because I was bored. I liked the mines and it's my favorite part of the game, and there was like no more progress to be made. And I decided to just end the playthrough. At the time, I remember though, I was crafting tons of golden armor and I was trying to get the speed buff on every piece of armor. And I learned that you could do that. And you just have to keep crafting the armor over and over again until you get lucky enough to get it imbued with the speed buff. And when I loaded up that save file, all I had that was imbued with the speed buff was my boots. And I think that we learned from the chat that all of your pieces of armor could get speed boosts. And you could like start zooming around the map. Yeah, update 4 had Mistral ore at lower levels, and then Voidite at the very bottom. Yeah, see, I must have skipped update 4. Yeah. Actually, I know for sure I did, because that was last year. I remember. Yep, I did not play the game for update 4. I skipped it because I was waiting for the full release. It was a perk called Mist Sight. Yeah, you didn't play the last update. Yeah, I for sure skipped it. The music reminds you of Sim City for the Super Nintendo. Rip Sim City. Wait, what happened to SimCity? Why are we ripping it? Down, 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 down. No more Maxis. Never will be made again. Wait, the studio who made those games is just gone? Is that what you're saying? ...2004 was the last entry? Oh, that sucks. You hate to hear that, man. Maybe somebody will pick it up one day. Maybe it'll get sold to Sony, and then they'll make AI slop out of it, and then they'll blame the studio, and then they'll fire them and shut them down, and then we'll all forget about it again for another decade. Yeah. That's probably what will happen. SimCity had a huge release fail in 2013 when they tried to do a cloud version. Oh, not the C word. It's coming, and it's coming for us fast. Cloud gaming is right around the corner. That's Xbox's next major move. Xbox's next major move is they're going to be like, oh, Project Helix is $1,500. You can't afford it? Well, you can either buy it for $10 a month for the rest of your life, and you could pay it alongside your mortgage for the rest of your life, or you could just cloud game on your TV. Why not? Oh, you got a TV? Why don't you just cloud game, bro? You $1,500, you could just buy a $100 controller and you could cloud game, bro. Oh, it's coming, dude. It's gonna be brutal. That's Sony's next move. I don't know, man. I think Helix is coming first. So I think it's going to be Xbox first, but you know, who knows? Yeah. Thanks, NVIDIA. But you can't cloud game for more than 100 hours a month. That's extra. Thanks, NVIDIA. You mean a $400 controller, bro? Oh my gosh. Stop giving Xbox ideas. All right. I think I'm done today. I thought I had a little bit more Mistria in me, but Mistria will be back on Saturday, and since it'll be in the morning, we'll be able to sink our teeth pretty heavily into it. But for today, I think we're done. We made it to Spring 21 here. So, I mean, in 2 days, we got through almost a whole month. This game's days go by a little bit faster. So unlike Stardew, where it feels like you could put a single week into Stardew and it's like a 6-hour stream, depending on how much I yap, I feel somewhat accomplished for getting almost through spring in 2 streams. We only played this for like 3 hours today, right? Yeah. So, I mean, I wasn't expecting much. About 3 today, and then roughly about 4 or 5 yesterday. So not bad. Not bad. We're doing all right. I will say what I am proud about is how we're already copper rank, and how we're sitting on 4Gs, and how we're already level 12 farming, level 15 archaeology, 13 smithing, 11 mining. Like we're playing the game a different way than I'm used to. I usually just sit and focus on farming, but it's really cool to kind of be doing other stuff and figuring out other ways to make money, not constantly spending every dollar to plant more crops to make more money. Instead, just kind of sitting on some cash and hanging out and playing the game pretty casually. I don't do this ever when I play these games, so it's pretty nice. I'm not even sure I'm going to purchase animals. I know that sounds a little bit sacrilege for this game, but I straight up might just ignore ranching this whole playthrough. Because ranching does end up being a big time sink in these games. Once you start ranching, like every farming sim, ranching is way more time consuming than you realize once you jump into ranching. It's like you think, oh, just a cow and a chicken, you know, and then before you know it, you're spending every day, I gotta go get this milk from this cow, I gotta go feed this cow. And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes when I play farming sims, I instantly regret going into animals because it just ups your workload by way more than you think when you're going into it. It always just ups your workload by so much more. And you're yeah, so we'll probably get a barn, and a coop, and we'll probably get a couple animals eventually, because that's just what you do. But I'm gonna hold off for as long as I can, I think. Yeah, I think I'll hold off as long as I can. And we'll probably eventually do some, yeah. Yo, what's up, Kels? Hey, dude. I was just thinking about you today. That's crazy. I was just wondering, like, did you get home from your vacation? Why haven't I seen them around? And then, you know, here you are. Here you are. Instead, you'll go into ranching later when you get more automation. Bingo. Thank you, Aelith. You took the thoughts out of my brain. Yo, what's up? What's up, Raiders? What were y'all getting into today, dude? What were y'all getting into today? Doing some AC 100% grind? 100%ing because Nintendo screwed you? Yeah, it do be like that. It do be like that. So yeah, we'll we are gonna be wrapping it up here though today. Welcome in though, Raiders. We are gonna be wrapping it up here today. We just started wrapping here. We've been playing Fields of Mistria, and again, Fields of Mistria fans, hit that follow button, hit that like on YouTube. We're doing a full playthrough here. We're finally gonna get to experience this full game, and it starts right here, right now. And if you want to be a part of that, make sure you hit that follow, subscribe, YouTube, like, whatever, and hopefully we see you again soon. I am gonna take a break from Mistria tomorrow, but Saturday and Sunday morning, the plan is Mistria all morning. That sounds like something you want to participate in. Hopefully I'll see you there. Tomorrow morning, we'll be doing Pacopia. And then we are taking a break and we're coming back for Mario Kart World. That's right. Community Game Night returns. And y'all are going to be eating my dust in Mario Kart World on the tracks of the Mushroom Kingdom. So that's tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Basically this time tomorrow. But tomorrow morning, we'll be doing Pacopia again. All right, so hopefully I see y'all there for that. It should be a blast. Fields of Mistria will continue one more time Saturday morning. On that note, though, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, Kels. Thanks for thinking of me, man. I hope y'all had a great show over there. Hope y'all had a great show over there. I'd love to hear from y'all. I'm not necessarily in a rush. But we'll pay it forward. Let's do a raid today as well. So I'll find us a raid recipient while we chat for a second. We'll pay it forward here today. Nice little long boy today. I'm feeling a little bit off. I kind of was planning on going a bit longer, but feeling a little bit off today. A little bit nauseous for some reason. I'm gonna chill out. Eight hours was plenty. I had a good time today. I hope you all did as well. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's go and visit. Let's go and visit. Hope you feel better. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be okay. I guess I just wanted to say that because I felt like my energy was like a little off. I'm always in my head about it, but yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna go chill out. Try to take care of some chores. Choresies. All right, today we're gonna go and we're gonna visit we'll go ahead and we'll visit an old friend of mine, of my community, our friend Silvers. Did you eat some parasitic lettuce? I think I might have gotten hit by that at one point. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna go visit our friend Silbers, all right? Silbers has been around in my community for a long time, and they're playing some Split Fiction. And we're gonna go say hi to them. They're playing with someone else. They got a dual stream going. Because Split Fiction is a multiplayer game. So yeah, a little co-op game. We're gonna go see what they're up to. All right. Does that sound good, everyone? YouTube chat, no raid, but we'll be fading for y'all. And I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you again, Kels. Let me get a shout out for Kels, dude. If y'all haven't checked Kels out, what are you doing? Hit that follow button at the top of the chat. Don't be shy. Check out Kels, dude. Give him some love. You have my recommendation. I don't do that often. This is my recommendation. You'll enjoy Kel's stream. Go check him out. You have my word. If you don't, come back to me. I'll give you a refund. I'll refund your time. I'll give you 5 minutes back or whatever. All right, we'll give you a refund. All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. All right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. Let's start the wind up music here. Let's start the wind up music here. Let's get it going. Thanks for the raid, man. I hope y'all had a good time. Hope y'all had a good time today, Kels. All right, fam. This is Highly in Descent signing off from another wonderful Hyro Gaming Group production. One more time, sound off. YouTube chat. Again, we've been killing it. It's so nice to see the subtle progress that we've been making on a new platform. And that's why you guys hear me talk about it so much, because it's just exciting. And it's paced and it's chill, and it's something that I care a lot less about. And that makes it more fun, because it is like our second platform. It is something that I want to grow on, but I understand that growing a live audience on YouTube's hard to do. And if I really want to grow on YouTube, I need to start making videos and stuff. And I think that's part of why I'm okay with it just being a light little side thing. And to see the natural growth happening, and to see us building an audience there and a community of people that want to chat with us there is pretty cool. And it's even in some ways cooler than my journey on Twitch, because I was a little stressed out while I journeyed on Twitch, but here I get to have fun, and it's just us relaxing. And that's just my way to say thank you for tuning in, YouTube chat. And hopefully we see you all again soon. And of course, for those of you that are here at Twitch and maybe you're on both teams, thank you, obviously, for tuning in today. This has been Highly in Descent, signing off from another wonderful Hyro Gaming Group production. If I don't see y'all here tomorrow for Pacopia and Community Game Nights, day 3 of some nice long boys and evening streams, and you're going to keep on getting them into the weekend. I'll see you when I see you, fam. Don't forget to game on. And of course, as always, peace. Wrap it up and on to the next episode. Peace. All right, let me get this raid locked and loaded. We'll share the messages one more time if y'all want to have some fun with the raid. And seriously, Twitch chat, 7 years, man. I got reminded of that today from Love Nun. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for making this what it is. It's always fun playing new games and like releases and stuff with y'all, but these are the best experiences just because we get to experience something brand new together, you know, and it's cool. It's just super fun is what I'm trying to say. And I really cherish these moments. So thank you, everybody. Love y'all and appreciate y'all. But until next time, peace. And hit them cat jams, baby. Peace. Shout out to Dolly Parton. Shout out to Sister Honey. Peace, y'all.